Hi guys. Alright, this week's art project is a reverse tie-dye. What does that mean? That means instead of starting with a white shirt like you normally would do with a regular tie-dye, we're going to start with a colored shirt. Any color shirt will work. I'm going to use actually an old Spirit shirt. Okay, so if you have some old Spirit shirts you'd like to do something with that you just want to try something new, this is it. Okay, take out that old Spirit shirt or an old maybe team shirt, sports shirt that you have that you want to experiment with on, because there's lots of different ways that we can do this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an old Spirit shirt from school. It's got St. Francis on it. Okay, all you need is that shirt, colored shirt, bleach. I'm using a plastic cup. Okay, any kind of plastic cup, glass cup, something that you can pour really easy with. I'm using a plate and ties. Okay, so there are two kinds of ties. You can either use actual rubber bands. Those are actually going to work the best. Okay, they're going to hold up a lot better to the bleach when we pour it on. But I don't have rubber bands right now, so I'm using some hair ties from my girls. So these will work in a pinch, all right? So get however many you need. Now, for tie-dye, there's lots of different ways and patterns that you can do this. I'm going to do one of the, what I'm going to call more simpler ways, okay? So I'm going to tilt my camera down so you can see what I'm going to do. All right, so I've laid out my shirt on the counter. I'm going to go through a few different things you can do. The first one is where you're going to get the tie-dye and it's going to go the lines across. It's very simple. All I've done is taken part of it and folded about 3 inches or so. Now I'm going to fold under about 3 inches. Okay, think of it as doing a paper fan like you do in my class. Okay, instead of using the paper, we're going to do it with the t-shirt. Okay, and then you'll have the sleeves will be out on the side. Then you would take your rubber band and make sure it's crinked. Sometimes if it's a big one you might have to do it twice to really get a good, to make sure it's good and tight right there. Okay, that would be one way. Another easy way would be to do what's called the starburst, where you would take a little section, this is actually the one I'm going to do, and you're going to put your rubber band on to make these little sections. Okay, I'm going to do this one. So you can pick one. Another one is the spiral, where you would take this part, okay, and you would just keep going around, and I dropped my rubber band, around and around till it's good and tight. And this is where you might need mom and dad's help. While someone holds it, then you take a rubber band and you bring it around. This one is good if you have the big rubber bands, okay, or if you have a little t-shirt like for a pre-K or kindergartner. But if you don't, it might not work as well. Okay, so I'm going to go back to doing mine little spots, and they can be, this one's kind of little, this one's going to be a little bit bigger. Still, I'm going to go around 3 times. Okay, just like that. And I think I'm going to do one up here in the top, just like that. And I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe one way out here. You know, rule of thirds, right? You want to do odds. So you could do an even, but I like to stay in the odds. Since I've got 4, it means I got to come up with one more somewhere. Maybe down here. Okay, so you put on however many you want to put on. Once you're done, it should look something like this. Remember, this one will be the starburst one. If you want, you could do the one where I folded it and looks like the accordion, okay? Same thing applies though, no matter where you put the bleach. Okay, so once I've done this, now I'm going to come back to my plate. I'm going to try to get as much of this on the plate as I can. Why? Because as the bleach comes down, I want it to gather at the bottom of the plate and not all over the counter. Okay, so all I've done is just poured bleach into the cup, straight bleach. Now, if you want to experiment, you can add a little bit of water. The higher the concentration of bleach, the different colors you're going to get. If you add a little bit of water, bleach is not as strong, right? So it's not going to be as effective, so you're going to get a different shade. So what does that mean? That means that if you really wanted to try this, you could actually get a gradient of different colors depending on how much water and bleach you make, okay? So, straight bleach. I'm going to go right here to this one, and I'm just going to slowly pour some right along where the rubber band is, okay? If it goes other places, no big deal. Okay? So I'm going to zoom in a little bit, see if you can. That way you can kind of see as it's going. Alright, you can see it's already starting to turn colors right there. Alright, I'm going to do this one. Now also, depending on the color shirt you get, you may get who knows what kind of color that's going to fade. I'm going to do that one. Here's this big one. I'm just going to go round and round until I hit all of my little places, okay? All of my little ties. So if I was doing the accordion one, which is that's what it's called, same thing, wherever you have the tie is where you want to hit bleach, okay? So do a little bit of bleach here, a little bleach there. So if you are younger, you might want to do this project with mom and dad or older brother and sister so they can help you with the bleach. That way you don't end up hurting yourself or spilling bleach where you don't want bleach, okay? So as you can see, this one already, because it went first, is already turning really, really big orange, whereas these aren't yet, okay? Here's the important thing to know about the reverse tie-dye that most people don't tell you, okay, is that it takes time, okay? The longer you leave the bleach on, the closer to, let's say, white you're going to get, or a lighter shade of color you're going to get. If you add bleach a second time, which I probably will on this shirt, it'll get even lighter. So this is one project where you can actually control the variant or the color, the shades of the color that you want on your shirt, okay? But earlier I did one, and I did the spiral one, just to give you an idea. This is what it turned out to look like. So it's an old Spirit shirt, but now it's got this cool tie-dye effect. Here's the back. Okay? So, have fun with it. Alright guys? If you do decide to do it or try different things, shoot me a picture. I'd love to see how they turned out. Alright, remember you got to start with a colored shirt and bleach, ties, and some kind of container. It doesn't have to be a plate. Cookie sheet will work. Some kind of pie pan, just so that it can catch the bleach so you don't have it going everywhere, okay? This shirt I let sit for like almost 45 minutes to an hour, okay? Once you've reached to the point to where you don't want it to change anymore, you need to rinse it out. Alright? Just regular water in the sink, rinse it out, and then you can wash it like normal, and you're good to go. Again, I'd love to see any pictures of anything that y'all come up with or how creative you can get, because remember, you can tie your shirt lots of different ways, so you can get lots of different patterns, okay? Let me know how it goes. See y'all later.